What it do, what it do. It's your host here, Michael Brockers, a.k.a. Brock, with my co-host right here, Petty Pat. Talk to him.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey, talk to me. What we got today?
NIL deals.
NIL deals. What about NIL deals?
Do you feel like these kids are making a lot of money? Do you feel like it's just a scam?
Hell yeah, they making a lot of money. They making the money I wish I would have made in motherfucking college, bruh. Like, Maybach's, Dior clothes. I was praying for some Jordan shorts in college. You know, I was $30 for 5 at Champs. You know what I'm saying? So to see these guys make all the money that they making, they driving big time cars and things like that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, these kids will make some money.
It's crazy because you would hear like the horror stories about how people would not have kids eating noodles and stuff like that. And
bro,
now
for real,
you don't have to. It's not that problem anymore.
Boys eating gourmet steaks and they going to Mastros and shit now. You know, like back in the day, bro, it used to be 4 people to a dorm room, whatever, and we just put all our money together and go get some groceries, or you get 4 guys that's real selfish and everybody got their own groceries in their room, bro. We used to get. I remember when we used to get our checks, bro. We used to be like baffled because we like, bro, how can we live off of $300 for a month?
Yeah,
we should get $1,300 or something like that, you know, all together. But they'll take out your food, your cafeteria pay, your school obviously, and leave you with whatever left. And that was usually like $395 or something like that, bro. It used to be depressing going.
So you think about this, right? They would give you around $300 for a month, right?
$300.
So now with the
let's say $400.
Let's say okay, $400. Mm-hmm. Now with the NIL deals, they ranging from I would say 1,000 up to upwards of 10,000. You know, some kids are even they're worth more than that. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids are worth more than actual football, basketball, professional players.
That's crazy. The biggest thing for me, if we do this NIL thing, and it's already going on, obviously, but they have to have some kind of, like I said, financial literacy. They have to have some kind of financial planner, something of that nature, because as a kid, I'm just thinking, like, I'm 18, 19 years old, whatever, 17 years old. I have $5.1 million. What am I going to do with it? What's the first thing as a kid, you go buy whatever you thought you think you wanted. You know, so you're going to buy shoes, you're going to buy clothes, you're going to buy jewelry. Come on now, big, Shadur, the ice, the watch. Come on, man. Everybody doing the Shadur. So, like, man, this NIL deal, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, because I think the biggest thing for the NIL deal, it's keeping kids in school. Mm-hmm. A lot of kids are contemplating, like, do I really want to leave? Like, you know, rookie, if you're not a first round pick, you're making rookie minimum no matter what your first year. But, you're thinking like, I'm making more than, a rookie starting in the NFL. Why would I leave school to go,
if
make
I'm making
less?
a couple $1 million a year in college football, why would I go to the NFL if I know I'm gonna be second, third, fourth, fifth round pick?
Right.
And I'm gonna be making a couple $200,000-$300,000. I'm staying.
Right.
You know, and that'll help you project, possibly become a first rounder, and then you can make a lot of money like that.
For sure. And I mean, for me, a lot of the stuff goes back into, like I said, you gotta have the financial literacy. But when you're giving these kids so much money to start off with, you have to give them a good foundation. So you have to give them a good foundation.
Okay, and speaking of that, you ever heard of this guy named Destroying? He does YouTube. So with him, his was kind of like the same thing.
Right.
They came to him. He had a YouTube channel. It was monetized. I think he was making money off of. And they told him, hey, you got to choose either football or YouTube.
Right.
And he chose YouTube, and he's making
millions of dollars now,
man. He even had a team. I think he bought a team in that league, like the little family.
Destroying. That's the punter. That's the punter guy, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Bro,
okay.
What's crazy about him is, I feel like he made a really good choice. I'm pretty sure it's probably hard on him because he's like, damn, football is something, a passion of mine, something I love, and I have, for that to be stripped away from me because of some dumb rule that should have been taken away a long time ago. It probably sucked in the beginning, but at the end of the day, he made the decision that was best for him, and he stuck with it, and and now he multiple million subscribers on YouTube, man, and everywhere he goes is crazy. And he does the one-on-ones that are like he gives out $10,000 to whoever wins, and it's crazy wherever he goes.
That's crazy, bro. He got bread. He bred it. You know, he didn't have to, and I commend him for that, for him choosing himself over, this college experience. I'm glad that he took that chance on himself, because a lot of guys, we go into it thinking like, okay, this is our only shot. I know when I went to college, like, football was the reason why I was there. So you couldn't have told me like, okay, you're gonna do YouTube and football. Like, no, not at all. Like, football was the reason why I was at LSU. It was the reason why I got my scholarship, and it was the reason why I knew I could leave LSU with the potential of going into the NFL.
So how do you feel like things would have changed if this would have happened a long time ago? If you guys were in college, do you guys think it would have been the same, or it would have been a little bit different? Or
I don't know, man. I think we would have been wilding out a little bit more. The guys right now that have it, they kind of used to it, so they used to college players getting paid. When we were, you didn't really have that. The colleges were all about themselves. They wasn't willing to, share the money with the players and things of that nature. So, man, I think if they just were like, all right, we're about to play players now. We're about to, give y'all all the money that y'all deserve, and we're about to pay y'all. I think a lot of guys would have wilded out. So, for our era, I think it was good, to humble us a little bit, teach us how to survive, on our $400 a month.
That's crazy,
and figure it out. Because at the end of the day, man, going to LSU and going through that experience and just really living life, because you go from a kid in your mama house, and then now you on your own, and they're giving you $400 to live. So you have to figure it out. I appreciate that experience. We have a gymnast and a basketball player at LSU that are making millions right now based off NIL, and they can't even go to school. They can't even go to school because they're so famous. And, that just shows you, like, it's not just football players. The football players are the biggest one because we feel like they make the most money off of the football, like, especially in the SEC. LSU, Alabama, all these schools, Tennessee, all these schools make most of their money off the back of the football team, But now seeing that you can be a band member, you can be, cheerleader, you can be anybody and get an NIL deal, I think it's going to completely change around the game as far as like how students and stuff tend to their social media.
Yeah, bro. So a cheerleader and a band member got an NIL deal, bro. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it just shows it's open opportunity for everybody. It's open opportunity for all students, So long as you have some kind of, like you said, social following, some kind of social backing, you can get an NIL deal because it's all about marketing. If you are, one of the best, band members or best cheerleaders, and you have a strong, marketing, a strong social following behind you, it's easy for a company to be like, okay, we can use your platform to sell our product. So it's weird because you want to see it for the athletes, because that's the biggest reason why they started NILs, because we felt like a lot of these schools are using our image, our likeness, even for the game or whatever, to insert selling tickets, selling jerseys, and they're making money off us. So, to balance that out, we're like, no, I mean, if you're going to make money off us, I think we deserve a little cut. So to see a band member and a cheerleader, get NIL deals, now you just see it's open market. It's an ocean, and everybody's prey, so everybody's going after it and, taking advantage of it. So I just say, everybody get your money. Get your money while it's good, man, because you never know when it's going to fall.
What would you have done with the NIL deal? Like, what do you feel like you getting? Michael Brocker is signing LSU. He getting, $1.2 million off an NIL deal.
Man, I'm a good guy, bro. Like, I'm a family guy. I'm a family man. So,
but you're in college though.
I'm in college, but I'm still reaching back though. The reason why I went to college is to get this opportunity to reach back. So I definitely would have looked out for moms. Bought moms a crib. Something that where they nice and solidified, because that was the first thing I bought. When I got to the NFL. So I can just imagine me getting to college and being like, okay, I got the opportunity to get my mom out the hood or buy her a new house or whatever. So let me do that. Let me take care of her so I know she's straight. So while I'm at college, I don't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah, I got you. But how do you think that because the NIL deals, kids are making so much money, you think there's going to be less focus on academics and stuff like that? What about the players also who feel like, man, I should be getting paid as much as this player too? I'm on a team too, man. Why am I not getting NIL deals?
I mean, for me to go over, to think about, okay, somebody's making NIL. You're the starting quarterback. You're the starting running back. You play running back. I'm the backup running back. To think I should get the same amount as you after you ran for 1,000 yards and all this, it's insane.
You be surprised, bro.
It's insane. A lot of these kids, if you feel like that, like, come on, man.
Yes,
it's that Generation X. It's that Generation X, where, you feel like everybody should deserve a trophy.
Yeah, we all on an equal platform. I made the team. I'm wearing a jersey. I should be getting paid
no. It don't work like that, man. I think it should teach kids real life. Like, sometimes somebody's gonna have something better than you, and it's okay. It's okay for somebody to have more money than you or have this. Like, just if you stick in your lane, stay in your lane, everything go work out.
But do you feel like okay, so look, since we speaking on that, right?
Yeah.
It's the same issue with the NCAA football game.
Mm-hmm.
Players are crying about, oh, well, why am I only getting this amount of money
from
NCAA?
Man, your rank is a 55, bro. What you think? If your rank is a 55, bro, come on.
You a 57 overall. You should not be getting paid as much as a kid who are 92.
Nah, bro, it don't work like that, dog. I'm sorry, bro.
And that's a big issue right now with the NCAA football game is they can't figure out how to pay the players, bro.
It's just so many players to play. It's so many players to pay.
But they even said it. We'll give each one of y'all $500. They was like,
hell nah. So that same $500 I used to get.
Yeah, every player will get $500, bro. They don't want that.
It's too many players, bro. It's way too many players. Like, it's a little, like, when it came to the league, we got paid by the Madden checks, but it's like, it's so many players. It don't, you got, I think it was like 1,300 players in the league all at one time. That's, you can manage that. But when you got 100,000 schools filled with 50, 60 players on each, that's tough, bro. It's tough to handle. So, I mean, they just opened Pandora's box, and they just got to figure it out at the end of the day.
What do you feel about, like, certain players who can't get in? Like, they can't no matter what they do? Because there are some players who are actually really good, but they just cannot solidify NIL deal. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like there's some type of advice you can give to them, to hopefully get them out there?
Man, market yourself. That's what it seems like it is.
Social media, right?
It's a social media thing. It's a market. Put your highlights out there. Put you smiling out there, because every business wants somebody that's positive and smiling a lot, and they want somebody that's gonna bring people to them. So, I mean, if any advice I would say, man, just not sell yourself, but become more likable. Be in front of the screen more, so people can see you and see your character and things like that. Because when it comes down to it, these businesses want to know that they got somebody with great character behind them.
Yeah, I got you. And that's the same thing kind of we can speak about you on, because before you were kind of, when I first kept trying to get you to do YouTube and film and stuff like that, you were kind of more like, nah, bro, I don't want to do it. And now you were like, man, you know what? Let's say yes to everything. Let's say yes and see how this works out. Let me put my face out there. Let me see what doors can be opened up. And now we have a podcast. We got a clothing brand. We got a lounge. It's just a lot of doors have opened up from people, just putting yourself out there and making yourself known in the community, and not having a background, because there's a lot of times where these kids, they're great athletes, but they come with baggage.
Right. I mean, you gotta see where they're coming from. A lot of kids aren't coming from two-parent households, and they have it all together, and their parents are both doctors and things like that. A lot of kids aren't coming from that. A lot of kids are surviving. I recall myself, being a guy who had to, walk to school and different things, and catch public transportation and just make it work. My mom, she had a lot of kids. She had 5 kids. I'm the oldest of 5. So for me, I just had to make it work. My thing was not stressing out my mom. So yeah, these college athletes are all coming from different backgrounds of some kind of that nature of some kind. So these kids have to look up to, like you say, Destroying and a lot of these other athletes that's on YouTube to see how do I make myself likable to these, for these NIL deals.
Okay, and since you brought up, about you being the youngest of 5,
yeah.
How do you feel about your son? Like, you got a son who loves football.
Yeah.
How are you gonna feel like he's that's in high school? He has 38 offers, right?
Yeah.
And he's being offered all this money from these NIL companies. Like, how is that gonna make you feel as a father?
It's definitely gonna make me feel proud, but at the same time, it's gonna make me feel like cautious. Like I want to protect him from everything, and I know having money and attention is gonna draw these worldly things to you. So for me, I just want him to always be smart about what he's doing. Who is he doing it for? What's his passion? Like, you get a lot of these kids out here that they just don't know what they want to do with their life, and I want to get my son to where, if it's not football, it's something else. He has a plan B. He can do something else because, a lot of us don't. We get into the NFL or we get to football and it's like, this is it. Like, I can honestly tell you, when I left for LSU, like, I was at LSU. I left home. I was never coming back until I made something out of myself. Yeah. So for me, I didn't have no plan B. I want to set up my son to where if he wants to play football, he can play football. Go at it, But if you don't want to play football and you want to do something else and be somebody else besides a athlete, then we can do that too. So I just want him to always have a plan B.
But do you think your career would have been different though? Like, would you being a parent and saying that, would you have a different mind state if you did have an NIL deal in college? Say probably. You were in college and you were making all that money, and even though you did go in the first round, let's say you in college making all that money, would your mind state still be the same though? Right.
Probably not, because you already used to money at that time. You already, like, when I got to the league, I was like, oh my gosh, this is life changing. But when you get money like that, when you 17 and you see it now, it'll almost make you like, man, I've been making this. Like, I could imagine being Shador making $5 million, right? Boom, he goes in the first round. He's a quarterback, so he's gonna get paid a lot. But his first year, wages, like salary, it's not gonna be high. It's gonna be rookie minimum. And I can imagine him looking at that check, being just laughing or smirking, like, bruh, I made this money in college. Like, this ain't nothing to me. But and you hope that when they do get that money, they already have a great financial foundation that they can just continue to run through.
Okay, with these kids making all this money with the NIL deals, do you feel like this could help a lot of kids become entrepreneurs? Because let's be real, a lot of these kids that are good in college might not be good in the NFL.
I'm telling you, it's surprising that a lot of these good athletes in college, or you feel like you the man in college, and you get to the NFL and you like, oh, it's a shock. Like, everybody good.
And I don't want to throw any names out there, but we've seen it a lot, bro.
For sure.
And I've met people that I'm like, oh my, they were goated in college.
Yeah.
But it just didn't translate to the NFL. And hopefully hopefully these kids do, like you said, do something good with their money. And I feel like there should be some type of classes. Like, how could you give, like, what type of advice could you give somebody who's trying to become an entrepreneur? And they know they might not, be good in the NFL, but they did get the money in college.
Focus on your craft. I think that's the biggest thing. I love the way we kind of did things as far as, like, how we collaborated on a lot of things. Like, you brought it to me. You was like, hey, bro, I think you should do this. You should do that. And you kind of empowered me to feel like, okay, I got to stop being hard on myself as far as, like, I'm not the guy, or I play with AD. So obviously, for me, I kind of took, shout out AD, I took a back seat because I seen his greatness. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's all about how you market yourself. Your hustle got to be on point off rip, because whatever you whatever you're selling, whatever your business is, you have to believe in it first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't believe in it, a lot of people not gonna believe in it, and it has to be authentic to you. You know, you got to represent something that's gonna represent you well. You know, like I felt like Brockbrand, and we talked about it. Like I didn't want Brockbrand just to be a urban street brand you can just go pick up from anywhere, and you can just you wash your shirt one time and you can't wear it no more.
Yeah, because that's everywhere.
That's everywhere. I want to be different. I want it when you pick up a Brockbrand shirt, I want you to feel like, oh man, I spent a little money, but I'm gonna get my wear out of this shirt. Mm-hmm. You know, we've ironed and washed these shirts plenty of times and they still come out fresh. And that's why I love the product, because I'm like, I can stand behind that. You know, everybody wants a product that they can stand behind. So,
Thanks.
You know, being an entrepreneur, you want to think about, okay, what is my product and how can I stand behind it? Is it going to be good product or is it going to be bad product?
All right, so I get what you're saying, bro. So in all things fair, right, good or bad, NIL deals, what do you think?
I'm going to say they're good because they're purposeful as far as what are they trying to do? They're trying to give college athletes the money they deserve, first and foremost. And secondly, I think it's giving them an opportunity to not rush to the league, because when you know, obviously when I was playing in college, like it was always a concept in my mind to go 3 and out. And 3 and out was red shirt, play a little bit, start your third year, make some plays, get out the league. Because you only have to get 3 years of eligibility in college to go to the NFL. Mm-hmm. So that's what a lot of players, you know, thought about, especially if you were good. You were like, okay, I want a red shirt, play a little bit, you know, my second year, get some burn. My third year, start, play well, and be out of there. But now kids are like thinking, I don't have to just rush off, mm-hmm. you know. I don't have to rush off and chase the bag, you know. I'm getting the bag while I'm in college. So it gives them time to set that foundation, become entrepreneurs and things like that. So for me, NIL is good. Yes, it's not bad. It's definitely good. Obviously, they need to, you know, fix some kinks as far as, you know, how do you get everybody paid, you know, equally paid, especially off the game, mm-hmm. Because that was a big deal. You know, everybody wants NCAA back. But if they can come up with a good amount for everybody to be, you know, satisfied with, I think that'll fix NIL and it'll be, you know, perfect. Man, I appreciate y'all listening in, tuning in to us. Comment below if y'all have anything to say about NIL deals or anything moving forward.
And don't forget to tune in to the next episode when we talk about Coach Prime and his impact on college football.
And remember, folks, don't get ready, stay ready. Peace.